Whoa! So, hey, look, there's a brand new Common Writer show coming up, and you're probably wondering, Boingo, why the fuck are you talking about it? I mean, I imagine you are also going like, Boingo, where the fuck have you been? Don't worry about it. But again, you're asking, why am I talking about it? Very simple, very easy. I decided to do something a little bit dumb. See, I want to get back into video making really good in a really regular pace. So I thought, what's a good way to do this? I know I'm gonna make a video for every single episode of the upcoming Common Writer season, review it, talk about it, and do some critical analysis. Critical analysis isn't the right word. Literary analysis. That's the better word. On every episode as they come out and release them week by week. And you're probably looking at me going, Boingo, why the fuck would you do that? I don't fucking know. I thought it'd be fun. Probably won't be. It probably won't be in a little bit, but I thought it would be fun for the short term. But realistically, we should lay some ground rules for this video series going forward. So first things first, there is no distinct upload days for this. It could be Monday, it could be Tuesday, it could be some variety of that. I'm not exactly sure. We're going to play it by ear as the show kind of starts and begins and does all that kind of stuff. It may fluctuate for the first good few weeks as we try to get into a rhythm. I'm not sure yet, though my gut's kind of saying like maybe Tuesdays. Tuesdays might be the kind of time to do this. Not sure yet. These videos are going to be quickly and cheaply edited. Very little fancy hoo-ha, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to be writing scripts. I'm just going to be going off of the notes. These are going to be kind of quick, done and dirty. They're going to be filler food. These videos are less that are meant to be like evergreen, long-term content, and more like a post-show podcast kind of thing, just hosted by me and me alone. And these videos are going to be very much focused on kind of looking at what these toy commercials essentially are trying to say. What is the emotion, the meaning that these shows are trying to get across, while also looking at a variety of other things such as the skill in filmmaking, the acting, how the story unfolds, my opinions on it, my thoughts on the story, the elements in it, ultimately how I'm enjoying the show. If that's something you're interested in, just seeing my opinion, I hope this is worth something. Other than establishing what's the rules for the series, I thought I would do a little brief look at the pre-release material, the trailers, the synopsis that we were given, the suit, and kind of make some guesses as to where I think the show might be going, what the show's going to be about, all that kind of stuff. So first things first, there have been multiple references and mentions of a battle royale similar to like Fortnite and stuff like that. So I definitely think how people interact with each other in a kill or be killed environment is going to play a major part of the theme of the show. It's going to come up in several ways. It's probably going to be looked at in several different angles. But also, considering the head writer's other works, this is going to be an interesting thing because he's dealt with he wrote Kamen Rider X8 and Kamen Rider 01, which were both like post-human explorations of things. And if we're dealing with a online battle royale kind of thing and how people interact, that's going to be interesting because communication's like a major aspect of post-humanism, cyberpunky kind of, that kind of thing. How do people interact with the internet? That's like always been a major aspect of things like that. And if the internet's going to play a major part of this show, that's going to be interesting. But on all that kind of stuff, the communication, the people interacting, all that kind of stuff, there's something interesting to be seen, because what we've seen of Geats, I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth, partially because I'm gonna explain in a second. But Geats, from what we've seen of Geats, he looks very heavily based off of the kitsune. You've watched anime, you've watched tokusatsu, you've probably heard of a kitsune before, but what is a kitsune? A kitsune is a fox spirit thing. I'm not sure if they're considered gods themselves, but within Shinto belief systems, they're often seen as messengers for the gods. They are facilitators of communication. They bridge the gap between our world and their world. And I think that's going to play a heavy part, especially because it looks like we're dealing with the internet. It looks like all those kind of things. And you add all that on top of the fact that his name is Geats or Gates. Like, it could be easily pronounced as either or. And you realize, oh, it's a gate. It bridges two things. It connects two things. It's a gateway. It's okay. So communication, facilitating communication, being a part of all that. I have a feeling that's going to be a big part of the show, especially again considering the fact that it's battle royale, and those kind of games are really reliant on the internet as multiplayer games. These games basically use these tools designed for communicating with each other, sending information back and forth for games, and ultimately it will be used in their world for violence. And that aspect of using communication for negative aspects, considering what Xaid and 01 have been doing with like future sci-fi concepts, it's probably going to be a big thing of how communication can be used negatively. Now, here's the question. How right am I? I don't want to toot my own horn. I don't want to say I am right. I think at best, I'm like 60%. I'm confident that communication is going to be something of a theme in the show, but don't quote me on that. It's more of like a working theory. And as we go through the show, we'll see more and more. And ultimately, that's just it. We got to tune in to see what the show's about. And I hope after we're done tuning into the show, y'all tune in to me talking about the show. I hope to see you after the first episode of Geats. Until then, have a good day.